Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Robbie Kolb with Valley Truck and Tractor here out of the Woodland location. Typically this time of year we do a Drive Green Demo Day event where you, the customer, can come out and ride and drive these equipment, drive it around, operate it, and see what actually would work well for your application at your house or your place. Due to the circumstances of the COVID-19 virus, we're going to do a little differently this year, so we want to come to you guys with a question and answer segment. So we can kind of do a virtual test drive so you guys can actually see what products we have and see what would best fit your application. So we had some questions come in, and I'll answer those quick. And if anybody comes onto this thing live as we're going through this, go ahead and ask your questions and we can answer those live for you right now. So we'll go to the first few questions here that Kristen has, and we'll start working through those. And then, like I said, if you have any questions, ask them below and we'll keep going through those as well.
How do you decide which tractor is best for a customer's needs?
So typically if a customer comes in and is trying to look for what tractor or mower is best for their application, one of my first questions to ask them is how much property are you working with and what are you looking to achieve? So if you're just looking to mow your pasture grass or your front lawn, instantly I'm going to step you from our residential rider to our more premium X300 series rider. It's going to have a heavier deck, larger, heavier chassis, better life expectancy, better warranty. If a customer is looking for a compact utility tractor, again, one of the first questions I'll ask them is how much property and what are you looking to achieve? So if they've got horses and they're on 5 acres, I'll try to steer them towards our smaller subcompact tractor, something that'll fit in and out of those the horse corrals and in and out of gates and low-hanging carports and garages. And then if they have larger property, then we'll kind of step up chassis size and horsepower from there, again, to fit their application and the size of the property.
What is the difference between an E-Series and an R-Series tractor?
So John Deere rates everything from our lawn and garden equipment up to our utility tractors in series. So whether it be an E, an M, or an R compact utility tractors, the lower in the alphabet is going to be a more base model. E, I like to call it just our economy level. And then we now just introduced our D series, which is then even a more base model spec tractor. M is going to be like a mid-spec, and R is going to be a premium. What that gives you is a lot of features and benefits, like the bells and whistles that you would get. So like a suspension style seat. So if you kind of pan over here to the right, this is going to be our R series tractor. It has the armrests on there. It has the tilt steering column. It has a suspension seat. It's got the integrated loader control valve into the tractor. More premium features, which does come with an added cost. So if someone's a more price-conscious customer that's looking for just a tractor to do the job, I would probably steer you towards an E or a D series. It's going to save you a little bit of money, and you're not going to get all those added expenses of the armrests and the tilt steering column. Attachments and implements for a compact utility tractor. So whatever we can do with our large 500 horsepower tractors, we could pretty much do with our small compact utility tractors on a smaller scale. So we always try to fit the implement to the width of the tractor. So whether it be a rotor tiller, a rotary cutter, post hole digger, a backhoe in this case here, again, anything you could do. Right now, if you have 2 implements, whether it be a front loader, it would be 1 implement, and a second loader. So 2 implements will give you a $500 discount on the implements. So the front loader would be 1, a backhoe or a box scraper or back. So the question is what offers are available? So currently during our Drive Green event, or our virtual one at this point in time, there's going to be a $400 implement bonus. 1 implement being the loader, and then the other one would be like your tiller, your rotary cutter, your backhoe would give you an additional $400. And on the Drive Green event, we also have some retail incentives on our X300s and our X500s. I just sold one earlier today, and the X300 does have a $300 retail incentive on them currently. So let's go with warranty first. Warranty on our residential riding equipment is going to have our standard 2-year warranty, but it's going to be 120 hours. So that's going to be on our E-Series here. You go up to the X300 and you're going to get a 4-year, 300-hour warranty. And then when you go into our compact utility tractors, our subcompacts, you're going to have a 2-year, 2,000-hour bumper-to-bumper warranty. And Valley Truck and Tractor is promoting and sponsoring a 10-year warranty, powertrain warranty. I kind of call it our jewelry warranty. So as long as we touch it, maintain it once a year, you're going to get a 10-year powertrain warranty. So if we come out early spring and service it, take a look at it, make sure that it's in running operating condition, you're going to get that Valley Truck and Tractor promotion of a 10-year powertrain warranty. The other question was financing. So financing on our residential E-Series riding mowers, they have a 9-month 0% interest financing. That's going to be through a revolving account through John Deere Financial. And then when you go into our compact utility tractors, we have 0% financing for 60 months with just a minimal down payment to get it financed through, again, John Deere Financial.
Where do customers go to get their tractor serviced and how often?
So Valley Truck and Tractor has 9 locations, and we have mobile service technicians and we have in-shop technicians. So if you can't bring your machine or tractor to us, we can come to you. I always recommend in residential applications, whether it be riding lawnmowers, compact utility tractors, you don't put a ton of hours on them. So I always recommend just maintain it once a year. So that way, when you come to use, I always say try to do it in the fall or the early spring. So that way through the spring, summer, and early fall, it's going to work flawlessly for you. So just change the oil, check the air filter, make sure that that chaff screen in front of the radiator isn't plugged up with a lot of chaff. That way you can prevent overheating issues, but once a year is typically good enough for a residential customer.
What is the difference between John Deere and its competitors?
John Deere always has and continues to be built in the United States. From our E-Series, there's a big misunderstanding that it's not built in the United States. That is false. This machine here, this E-Series, is built in Greenville, Tennessee. The X300 is built in a different factory, but it is built in Horicon, Wisconsin. And then our compact utility tractors, especially our small series here, are going to be in Augusta, Georgia. So that first and foremost is going to be the biggest difference between most of our competitors and John Deere is we are manufactured and assembled here in the United States. When you start getting into the nuts and bolts of things, John Deere uses 2 hydraulic pumps when it comes to hydraulic functions. One's going to be for steering and implementation, and one's going to be for the implements on the back and on the front. So what that means to the end user is when you're actually loading up the front of your tractor with a full pile of dirt, your steering isn't going to be hindered from that. It's going to flow just as good as if you didn't run this front loader at the same time. So that right there is a premium feature that John Deere adds. Everybody says John Deere's more expensive. That's not necessarily true, but the reason is because we have more premium options from the factory. John Deere also has an integrated hydraulic valve on our compact utility tractors, which means it's sitting right up next to you when you're operating it. Less operator fatigue because your hand is right down next to you. It's just an easier way to operate the machine. A lot of our competitors will have those located up on the loader itself. It's a cheaper way of doing it. You start having some arm fatigue after a while of using these throughout a couple hours a day. We do sell and market some of the inexpensive models to combat our competitors. But the way John Deere has always done it on the premium models, on the R-Series, are going to be integrated into the tractor. It's just the little benefits that you get from John Deere that you're not going to get from our competitors. Is just the features and benefits of a more premium model.
Are they hard to drive?
So all of our riding lawnmowers and our subcompact tractors have a hydrostat transmission, and what that is a hydraulically driven transmission, so almost like an automatic transmission on your car. We have a forward pedal and a reverse pedal. John Deere calls it our twin touch pedal design. So this forward pedal here, if you push down on that guy, you're going to go forward. You push down on the reverse pedal, you're going to go backwards. The harder you push it and the higher the RPM, the more ground speed you're going to have. So pretty much anybody can operate these things. They're very easy. I had a good friend of the family who had an old Ford Model 8N tractor, and he wiped out a few fence posts in his corral because it was just a harder, more cumbersome tractor to operate. And once I stepped him into one of our subcompact tractors, he's able to put his grandkids on the tractor and do the job and not run the risk of running into fences and hurting anybody. So it's very easy to operate.
Can you give us a quick walkthrough of just the basic operation, starting, motors?
Yeah, so there's a lot of safety features on every tractor these days. You got to make sure everything in orange on John Deere, whether it be our riding lawnmower or our combines, everything orange is going to be your motion. So whether it be your throttle would be orange, your gear selector from low, neutral to high is going to be orange. So you got to make sure you're in neutral. You got to make sure either you're sitting on the seat or your parking brake is depressed. And then you can go ahead and start up your tractor. Another nice feature to actually show you while we're here before I start it up and it gets a little noisy. Another nice feature of John Deere is that because we engineer our own loaders, our own backhoes, and our own tractors to fit one another, these are a quick attach and detach loader. So these little levers right here that I'm pointing at, if you lift that up on the left side and one more on the right side, these loaders will come off within 30 seconds. The backhoes are designed the same way. Again, because we make our own loaders, we make our own backhoes, they're designed to fit and come on and off seamlessly, and it just makes your life a lot easier. Because a lot of times when you're cutting grass, you always see them driving around, the loaders are up in the air so they can see better and not run into fences. Well, with the John Deere, you could take that loader off and you can get closer to the fence and not be worried of running into things and knocking things over. So once you have it in park, have it in neutral, you can go ahead and start the tractor up. So hopefully you guys can still hear me, but the loader valve here is what's going to function the front, and when you pull back, it will lift that loader up. If you push forward on this loader valve, it will lower the loader down. Again, if you roll it to the left, it will roll that bucket back. And if you roll it to the right, it'll dump it forward. John Deere also has a quick attach loader bucket. So our loaders come on and off quick, but also our buckets come on and off quick with a quick connection down here on this pin. So you take this pin out on each side, you roll that hydraulic function forward, and this little saddle right here will come off, and then you can replace that with pallet forks. So if you had feed coming to your place, hay, bulk material coming to your place, you can make this essentially into a forklift to get things on and off a truck. And it's just a matter of a pin on each side, and it comes right on and off. So the backhoe itself is just like any construction backhoe. It's just, again, it's smaller for our subcompact tractor. It does have landing gear on each side, just like you see on all the construction tractors. It has an optional seat here to sit on, and then it has all the loader or backhoe valves just like you would have on any construction one. So I'll go ahead and start it up, and I'll show you a little bit of how this works. And this is a factory installed backhoe from John Deere. So your landing gear has a little safety latch on it. You lift those guys up, you drop it down, and you'll notice that a step comes down with it in order to get up on top of this guy. Once you have your landing gear down, you have good stabilization on your tractor. You're not worried about this thing tipping side to side as you're operating the backhoe. You can go ahead and run your valves here, which brings it up and back and left and right. You have several options in regards to the bucket size. We have a lot of guys that are going 9-inch, 12-inch, 18-inch bucket diameter, depending upon the application. If you're going to be doing trenching for irrigation or digging a hole, you have several options there. And then your right lever here is going to roll that bucket forward and back and go in and out. Have we had any questions come in? If you guys have any questions, you can definitely leave a comment below and we can come back and answer them later. You can always reach us at Valley Truck and Tractor here in Woodland at 530-662-4637. That's our main line here, and then you can get prompted through parts, service, or sales. Again, we have a service department in-house and also mobile service. So whatever your needs are, or you can go to valleytruckandtractor.com and we can also serve you through there on our parts portal. We have all of our used equipment on there. That's pretty much,
9 locations.
yeah, we have 9 locations from Elk Grove, Dixon, Robbins, Woodland, Willows, Chico, Gridley, Colusa. So we've pretty much got the whole Sacramento, Northern California covered. So if you're not around Woodland, you can definitely call in or go to valleytruckandtractor.com and get the phone number for Elk Grove or Chico, whichever one's closest to you. But again, if you're around the Woodland area and you got questions, give us a call at 530-662-4637.